guys, Fred and Sheila McCoy, Hatfield McCoy Museum, fredmccoy.com, and Sheila's behind the camera.
Hi guys, hope you're having a great morning.
Hopefully this is going to be a short video. By now we've done videos on just about everything that you're seeing posted on these Facebook pages. Still yet, we've come to the conclusion we're never going to win. We're not even going to be able to tie what propaganda comes out from these pages and Devil Ance's legacy or lack of, and what they speak into history or write into history. And so we're beyond that. All we can do is respond every now and then and try to give the more intelligent people out there that actually want the truth, one side or the other, it don't matter. If you want the truth, we'll give it to you and you can research it and either prove us wrong, or you'll know from then on that what they're feeding you is bullcrap. On this one story here, what they're talking about is Devil Anse Hatfield's monument. Now, we've done several videos on the monument. We've done videos with the paperwork from Washington, D.C., where it says that it was placed there in 1926, yet it was there the following year when John C. Hatfield was buried, and so forth. We're not going to go into that. We've got video on top of video that proves all that wrong. If you want to believe this other stuff, you can.
Yeah,
well, what this story today is on, do you have something, baby?
I just said that was their choice.
Yeah. What this story on today is, top is pinned by Dave Samarina.
Okay.
Color image is submitted. Dave Samarina. When I seen that name, it brought back memories, and we're familiar with Dave Samarina. And in fact, in our book, the second edition, the last McCoy murdered in the Hatfield-McCoy feud, story of Hubert Bay McCoy. In our book, on page, and Sheila will take pictures of it, on page 50 and 51, the Washington Post story dated October the 17th, 2013, written by Dave Samarina, entitled, Taking a Hatfield-McCoy Tour in Pike County. And you can read this story for yourself. It's just 2 pages in this book. But it's referring to a story that Dave Samarina did. And of course, it's got the date, the headline of the story, and it was written or posted in the Washington Post. Now, I'm not sure if he works for the Washington Post or if he's just a freelance guy, journalist that sells his stories, and he may have sold that story to them. Either way, it was in the Washington Post, 2013. Now remember, the original story was posted in Granta magazine by Dean King after he interviewed Rio Hatfield. So that's the original, that's where the story came from and was originated, was from Rio Hatfield. We've done stories on it. We've done videos, and they're out there. If you want to look at them, they're there.
Okay.
I contacted, or we did, Mr. Samarina at the time to see if he wanted to do a story on Rio Hatfield and how he started these stories about his grandfather being the last Hatfield killed killed the last McCoy during the feud.
Hatfield that killed,
And at that time, we hadn't run across the 2013 story of his. Was referring to Granta magazine. We was referring to Huntington Herald Dispatch. It was only later on when we run across the story that he actually did. And the point I'm getting to here, if you're looking at this Hatfield McCoy Facebook page here, it says pinned by Dave Samarina. Now, see, somebody reads that, just like they say, according to Spence's book or Dotson's book or this book or that book, they try to redirect your attention that says, hey, has to be true. It was written by this person or said by that person. And they point your direction towards Dave Samarina. Guys, that story right there that he writes about, and please look it up when she posts it there.
I'll put that
and go to the link and read it for yourself, and you'll see where this man went to Pike County, Kentucky, and he went to the Pike County Tourism Board, and they took him on a tour of these sites. They gave him this information. They told him. Devil Lance Hatfield's family took a picture and sent a picture of him in, and they got this monument put up. They did this, they did that. They told him that the last McCoy killed was in a brothel. And Alan Hatfield, the police chief, was shot in the back 3 times, and then he turned and shot and killed the McCoy. The story that Rio Hatfield has given for years. It's very upsetting, but I'm not going to get upset. I've changed.
You're doing good.
Nah, we're through with this. Like I said, we're never going to prove it right. All we can do is put the truth out. And like we always say, if we're wrong, prove us wrong, please. You're not going to prove us wrong on this story. This story's, we've researched this for years.
We've done our research.
And they attacked Hubert Bay McCoy's reputation, his family's reputation, his family name. It's just beyond belief, with a total distorted story. A lie, total lie. But when they print things like this in this Facebook page, and you see pinned by Dave Samara, you're thinking, oh, this is a true story here. They're telling their source. Their source got his information from their source, from the Pike County Tourism. That's where he done his story from. I can't emphasize it enough. I hope I'm making it clear. I hope I'm not talking in circles. If you don't get my point, they're telling you to go look at this person here. He gave the story. He penned this story. He penned this picture, or whatever it might be. When he went to the Pike County Tourism, and Pike County Tourism took him around and gave him all the stories. Now, the stories that Pike County Tourism has had for years is the story that Rio Hatfield had told them, that his grandfather was shot in the back 3 times by a McCoy in a brothel because he was interrupted. Never had nothing to do with the brothel. He was shot on the railroad tracks there at Mate One, right out back where the Mate One massacre took place, right there near the depot, the train depot, in between the depot and the Blue Goose and the Mate One jail. Nothing to do with the brothel. And when he was Hubert Bay McCoy was shot, he was unarmed. He was murdered. And the story's as simple as that. But when you hear these other people and they're redirecting your attention, and these people see these stories, they say, great history. Great, love reading history. Guys, you're reading bullcrap. You're reading a Facebook page that, as long as they get those hits, I guess, or some people responding to it, I guess they're happy. I would be more happy with the truth if it was me. Over the past couple of days, we posted a couple of videos, one on Johnsy and one on Cap. We've got other videos out there on Johnsy and Cap and different things, but one of them was Johnsy spending 13 years. One gentleman says, hey, he didn't spend 13 years. Okay, show us the proof. Well, I've always read, or I've always heard, or I was told. Okay, guys, that don't help us. If you've got something to show us with proof that Johnsy was out early for saving the warden, saving the governor, saving the lieutenant governor, we're happy to view it. We're happy to look at it. We're happy to make a correction. Prove us wrong. Show us so we can show the true history.
We would like to see the documentation.
But we've got to have more than I was told, or I heard, or I saw that in a book. You can see all kinds of things in a book, these newspaper articles, and each one of them points it to each person. Well, this person said it, that person said it, and nobody researches it. Nobody researches it. Do you think, had Johnsy Hatfield saved the warden, the governor, the lieutenant governor? It's funny that we know that he saved. Coleman C. Hatfield knows that he saved somebody. He just don't know who he saved. Dean King says it's the warden. Coleman C. Hatfield says it's the lieutenant governor, or vice versa. But it's such an important story that we know that Johnsy Hatfield saves somebody's life in prison, a dignitary, and he was released early, but we don't know who he saved. That's such an important story and such an important factor in that story. It's a myth. It never happened. It was written into history.
And they also said, didn't he supposedly kill the person that was trying to hurt whoever, attack whoever?
Yeah, he's supposed to have killed the guy that was going to shank either the governor, the lieutenant governor, or the warden, or who knows, the cook. I don't know. There's never been a story. Do you think that had that really happened, that wouldn't be newsworthy? Anything dealing with the Hatfields and McCoy, especially John C. Hatfield, Loverboy, especially him. Some people attribute the feud to a romance, Romeo and Juliet. Didn't make the news, guys. There's not a news story out there on it. Not anything. Not any court records, not any early release, not anything that can be shown that Sheila and I have ever seen, and we research. And if it is out there, please show it to us. Don't just write us and say, no, he got out early, he saved a warden's life, or he saved a governor's life. We don't buy that. You got to show us something. Cap Hatfield, Cap's eye, Cap's this and that. Guys, listen, if you've got something that you can prove that he got his nickname another way besides Little Captain, because we know he wasn't Little Captain. We know who Little Captain was. His name was actually Captain Shepard Hatfield. There's so many things that we prove, but yet people will write and they'll say, well, I saw, or I read, or I heard. Sorry, guys. Sheila and I don't go on that. We don't go on that. So once again, when they put this gentleman's name in that story on that Facebook page to redirect your attention, to let you think that, hey, here's the man, this is credible. It's not credible. He done a story on it. Read the story. Go on Google and read it. He done a story on visiting Pike County and Logan County, West Virginia. Took a tour with the Pike County Tourism tour guide. Ever who that is? Ever who gave that one? There's 2 or 3 of them that does it. And they follow each other and they follow anything that's told to them. You know, if the Pike County Tourism directors or staff was any type of people, and it was actually tourism, they would want the truth. You know, they've got I said it was going to be a short video, I'm sorry. They've got a historical marker up in Ashland, Kentucky on Jim McCoy's grave, Randall McCoy's oldest son. Calls him a peacemaker. Says that he followed around on the raids to keep the peace, make sure that nobody, that wasn't Jim McCoy, that was Sam McCoy. Sam McCoy that did that. Jim McCoy tells a newspaper reporter that
he owes it to the dead.
He owes it to the dead.
Made himself a poor man seeking justice.
To never forgive those that killed his family and his loved ones. And he would never rest until they were brought to justice.
Right.
So that's an incorrect story. But see, tourism is not what you're thinking it is, because had it been, the very same people that told Ed Samaria there, or Dave rather.
Dave
Samarina. The same people that told him that would have went and researched that story on Allen Hatfield. Google Allen Hatfield. Google Hubert Bay McCoy. Google it. Or listen to the radio interview with Rio Hatfield telling Phoebe Judge live on the radio how his grandfather was shot in the back 3 times and how he killed a McCoy. Listen to it out of his own words. Had the tourism people been smart and wanted to inform the public correctly on the history, they would have researched what Rio Hatfield told them. They would have researched it. Now, what was your grandfather's name? When did this happen? They would have researched it. It's easy with Google. We went and got the court records right there in Wimpson, West Virginia, right there at the Mingo County Courthouse. They have now been sent to the archives, West Virginia archives, to be preserved, or what records they did send. It could have been cleared up. That story would have never been escalated and told like it was told. Even other reporters, other authors, had they researched what this man told them, you know, he told some of these people that he served in the Vietnam War. He served in the Vietnam War. In fact, it's still on the Hatfield McCoy Foundation website, where you, about us, meet our staff. It says right there, served in the Vietnam War. Never did. Not true. So there's two stories between Hubert Bay and Servin, Stolen Valor. That's not true. Now, I'm not on that story today. Again, we've got videos on that. You don't have to, I don't have to repeat. She's back there telling me we've done covered that story. So I won't go there.
Good.
Guys, it's Fred, Sheila, McCoy.
I'll add the closing.
Huh?
I said, now I'll add the closing.
Sheila will take a picture of these 2 pages of our book.
Sure will.
Where we researched this. We researched the story of Hubert Bay McCoy and how it got started, how it affected people
Sad
and family
story.
members, and it's a sad story. But that's it.
Bye.
Hi guys, hope you're having a great morning. Please like, subscribe, and share. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye.